Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and just start seated. If you want, I'm going to be sitting up on a little cushion. You can just sit however is comfortable for you. We'll be here for a few minutes. So just sit comfortably, cross-legged or whatever works for you. And once again, I just want to welcome everybody who's new. Those of you that are in Cheryl's teacher training, I'm really happy to have you today. So welcome. All right, so let's just take a few minutes here just to kind of settle into our body. You can close your eyes, just let your hands rest comfortably. That might be with the palms up on your thighs or your knees. And palms up is a nice symbol for being very receptive and welcoming energy to you. If you're needing to feel a little bit more grounded and centered, you can turn the palms face down. And if you want to kind of balance between both, you can always have one palm up and one palm down. Just let your eyes close and take a few deep breaths, just gently sighing it out. Just let yourself land here in your body, in this space at this time. And you can just continue to listen, keeping your eyes closed. I thought today we could have a little bit of a theme just around being grateful. Our world seems like things are just continuing to get more and more stressful and chaotic. So we can't control all of that, but what we can do is just control ourselves and our reaction to all of it. And the most important thing is just to be able to access that center, that stillness within us, that place that we can always retreat to. And we can do that by simply finding the breath, but also by just finding gratitude, even just for the little things. We all can be grateful right now, just that we're simply in a space. We've got a roof over our head. We have this time to spend on our yoga mats with our breath in our bodies. So just giving yourself those next few breaths to continue finding just a sense of decompression. This is going to be a really nice, super chilled out class today. So allowing ourselves to tune out everything outside of us and just tune inwards. So to continue getting a little bit more grounded here, let's visualize our body as an hourglass that's just been turned upside down. So picturing all of the sand up in the upper body. Often all of our energy gets stuck in our upper body, up in our mind and just in our way of being in the world. So as each exhale happens, feel like the sand is slowly dropping into the lower body, releasing the stuff, the chatter that's going on inside of the head. Maybe starting to feel a sense of being heavier in the lower body than the upper body. Just giving yourself the next 7 or 8 breaths to continue feeling like that sand is slowly draining from up above to down below. And you might find the breath is slowing down a little bit. You might find the inhales a little bit deeper and the exhales more full, more complete. And then also maybe bringing just a little bit of a smile to the face, letting yourself be easy in your body, giving yourself this time just to relax. All right, on your next exhale, we're just going to let the chin drop to the chest. Keep sitting tall. Just letting the head be heavy and maybe letting the head start to sway side to side. And the next time you inhale, as the left ear goes over to the left shoulder, just let it continue going there. Once you get the head kind of hanging out over ear towards the shoulder, just check your posture again. Make sure you're sitting kind of tall. And if you wish, you can take your right fingertips out and touch the ground. And if you want to take that even deeper, you might even wrap that right arm behind your back. And maybe even place the left hand on that right palm. And just take about 5 breaths here. Again, just continuing to keep the face soft, maybe a gentle smile. Just letting yourself be easy in your body. And if you had the arm wrap, just go ahead and bring it back out to the side. Both hands back to the knees. And just again, let the chin drop down to the chest. You can let it hang heavy, maybe shake it out a little side to side. And then just slowly going other directions. So taking that right ear over to the right shoulder. And then once you get there, make sure you're not kind of leaning over, just sitting tall and just letting the weight of the head fall over. And if you wish, your left fingertips can reach out towards the ground. Again, if you want to do the wrap, you might even take that right palm to the left palm on the side of the body. Notice if there's a way to relax further here. And again, just go ahead, release. You can take both hands back to the lap. And one more time, just chin to the chest, maybe letting it hang and sway a little side to side. And then just bringing the head back up to center and just let your arms shake out by your sides a little bit. I'm just going to take some shoulder rolls here. Inhale up, exhale, roll them back. Just let yourself move at your own pace. Good. So just a few more things before we settle into some of our restorative poses. So let's take eagle arms here. Take your left arm and just wrap it underneath. Now you may be able to wrap all the way around so that your palms touch, or even just fingertips. Or you can just keep the backs of the arms together. And then just let yourself sit with this. You might play around with just kind of lifting the arms a bit, finding that nice opening in the upper back. And again, just coming back to the breath. And then go ahead, release. We're just going to take the arms up and overhead, bend that left elbow. You can grab onto it, and maybe the left fingertips touch, tap on the top of the back. And if you want, you can find a little bit of a lean over to the right as well. Just some gentle stretching to open things up here. Good. And then go ahead, release. I'm going to shake the arms out for a second before we do the other side. As soon as you're ready, right arm wraps underneath. Hopefully I said that right. Doing the other side, whatever it is for you. Again, just breathe. You can play around with letting the elbows lift up, finding that space. Maybe letting the eyes close if they've opened. Just noticing any sensations in the body. And again, you can release, take that right arm up and overhead, grab the elbow. Maybe just sit tall here. Or maybe a little bit of a lean over to the side. I hope my microphone isn't getting messed up. Slowly coming back out. Again, you can release the arms, just shake them out. Take a few shoulder rolls once again, maybe circle the wrists around. All right, so let's set up for Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll be laying back with our spine on a bolster. And I'll give you a few options here. So I like to do it with a block and a blanket. Also, if you've got an eye pillow, you can have that nearby for this particular pose. So I like to put a block down and then put my bolster on it. So it's got kind of a ramp here, but you don't need to use the block. You can just have it down. And also if you just have pillows or something at home and not a bolster, you can just manage with whatever props that you have. Then if you have a yoga blanket or towel or whatever have you, I like to throw that up at the top just to have a little bit of support for underneath the neck. And so just take your time to get set up, however works best for you. We're going to be starting by just sitting. Make sure you're right up against the prop behind you. So you don't want to have any, basically you don't want any gaps. You don't want any space. You want to be fully supported. Let yourself just simply lay on back. Once you get back here, you can play around if you've got that blanket here. You don't need to have the blanket, but if it feels good for you, you can do that. And then we've got 3 different options for the legs. So you can have the legs just straight out if you wish. You can have the feet together and the knees open, or you can have the feet kind of wide and the knees falling in against each other. So that's how I'm going to do it today, but you choose whatever feels best for you. And again, just we want to find a space of just opening and surrender, letting go. So make sure you're really comfortable. You can take the time to really set yourself up for comfort. And again, if you've got an eye pillow, feel free to place that over your eyes here. So settle in. We're going to be here for a little bit. Once you get totally situated, just let yourself take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, just sigh it out. Just letting gravity do the work here. And as time goes on, as we're laying here being still, you might just notice the belly gently rising and falling with the breath. Having this time to simply let go. Keeping all of the sand from the hourglass down in the lower body. And as we lay here, you might start to visualize the breath circling the spine. So the next time you inhale, feeling the breath move from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, feeling the breath moving from the crown of the head back down to the tailbone. And just staying in tune with the breath moving and up and down that pathway. Perhaps even feeling like the breath is circling the spine, inhaling up the front of it and exhaling down the back. Noticing if you can relax even more. And as time goes by, if you wish to maybe change the position of the legs or do anything else to make yourself more comfortable, feel free. And each exhale, letting yourself get heavier and just letting go. Let your body simply rest here at peace. Begin just letting the breath deepen. We're still going to be here for a little bit, but bringing awareness back to the body, maybe feeling the belly rise and fall with each breath. And depending how your legs are, we're all going to meet with our feet wide and the knees falling in against each other. And then once you get yourself here, you can just start with some windshield wipers. Let yourself move really slow. And just letting the knees fall from side to side. Maybe almost feeling like they're moving through molasses. Just savoring being slow. And you might also let your head start to go side to side, perhaps in the opposite direction of the knees. Just enjoying these beginning stages of coming out of this here. And as you're doing this, you might also just start a little bit of movement in the fingertips and toes. And then when it feels right, just bring everything back to center. We're just going to reach our arms overhead and just take a long stretch. You can circle your wrists, maybe circling the feet and ankles a little bit here, just some movement. And then your choice, however works best for you. I like to grab my knees and just roll up, but you can roll over to your side and make your way back up. Just come back to sitting tall, bringing yourself back to seated. Take a few shoulder rolls. Let the head fall side to side. There is no rush here. Good. All right. So moving on, we're going to, this is where you might want the pillow instead of a bolster. So my bolster is way too big for this next pose. I'm going to use a pillow and we're going to be laying on our side with some sort of support along our side body and then something underneath our head. So I've got my block here, which I'm going to move out of the way, and you can do this however you wish. If you have two pillows, you might like that. I'm going to take a blanket kind of folded like this, and then, well, actually, no, I'm just going to throw two of my blankets on top of each other. I'll show you where we're going, and then you can figure out what's going to work best for you. So I'm going to sit with my right hip right up against this pillow here. If the pillow is too soft, it might not be supportive enough. That's where you might want to just play around with stuff. So I'm going to be laying down, and you want your like right thigh and hip on the ground, not on the prop here, and then your shoulder on the ground. So it's just supporting that middle body area, and then something underneath your head, and you want it everything kind of in alignment here. If you wish, you can place a pillow or something in between your legs. I'm just going to leave mine as they are. You can also just put a blanket there. And main thing is just to settle in and get comfortable. You can keep your arms together like I'm doing here, or I like to take my top arm and place it over my head and try to make sure that my microphone doesn't get messed up here. So I'm taking that top arm up and over the head, and we're just going to lay here like this. So it should be nice and cozy, you should feel supported. Nothing should be too hard on the ground. And also, I forgot to mention earlier, I always like to have some blankets down underneath me, so there's a soft surface underneath. If you want to take the time to do that setup, feel free. And once you get yourself here, just close your eyes, surrender. Maybe find that little smile again. Maybe finding the breath again. There's nothing you need to do but relax. And again, as you're laying here, you may feel the belly rise and fall. If you need to make any adjustments to make yourself more comfortable, please do. Our goal is to really take good care of ourselves. Let yourself just be easy in the body. And as time goes on, if you want, you can try different arm positions, staying cozy. Restorative yoga is such a beautiful practice for just teaching ourselves to let go. Teaching the mind to let go. we slow everything down, it gives our body the ability to heal and regenerate itself. So just doing that consciously with these poses, with the support that we're using underneath us, with our intention. So take 10 more breaths here, nice, slow, steady, long breaths. Using the breath to continue finding relaxation in the body. And if your top arm is up and overhead, maybe just start a few little movements of circling that wrist around. And then just bring your arm down by your side. On an exhale, just slowly start to press yourself up. And just take your time with everything. You can move as gracefully as possible. We're just going to turn away from our pillow or whatever we've got here. And you can lean back on your hands here, or you can even lay all the way back. If it's easy for you to get up and down, you can choose to do that. We're just going to take the feet wide again. And once again, just take some little windshield wipers here. Good. And again, just moving really gracefully. As you're ready, we're just going to switch sides. So you can just, if you're laying back, slowly come up. We're just going to turn and then let yourself lay on down this side. And I'm going to turn back to face you. And just do the same side the second time. But again, get yourself situated if you wish. That top arm can be reaching up and overhead. Find what works and feels good in your body. And then we can all just take a nice deep breath in and just sigh it out. Let go. Maybe finding that smile again. Just being easy in the body. As we lay here, maybe come back to that sense of being grateful for what we have right here. The ability to have this downtime, connecting with our breath, being in our body. So once again, just let yourself take 10 more breaths here. If there's any little adjustments you'd like to make, feel free to make them, staying just really comfortable. And again, if your top arm is overhead, maybe just reaching through it, circling the wrist around, maybe spreading your toes wide, little movements like this just to gently come back into the body before we officially move out of here. And then just at your own pace, again, you can press yourself on up and just turn yourself. Same thing, just coming back to just some windshield wipers for 30 seconds here. If you want, you can lay all the way back. Good. Check our time. Oh. All right, so from here, we're actually still going to do one more restorative pose. So we're going to be doing child's pose, which will be on a bolster or pillows or whatever you have that works best for you. But before we come into that, let's just come up onto our hands and knees, take some cat-cows. And if you're going to be using a bolster, you can just bring that, have it out in front of you. And then just hands on either side of the bolster. Just come up into your tabletop. Take some cat-cows here as you inhale, belly can drop. As you exhale, rounding the spine. And let yourself just start to move. That might be some big circles with your hips back to your heels. You might just stay in those cat-cows. Might shake your head out a little bit. And if you wish here, you can also curl your toes under. Come up into downward dog, just taking some breaths here. Just letting yourself do what feels good in your body. And just take your time. Once you do come down out of this, again, setting up for a child's pose, just like when we were laying back on the bolster in the first pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, you don't want any gap. So we're not having the bolster forward and then laying out like this. Everything in nice and tight so you're fully supported as you come on down. And if you wish, you can have a block again at the end so you've got that little kind of ramp and it's lifted up. We'll be here for about 5 minutes. And I'm not sure if it's going to mess up with my microphone here, so I won't talk very much, but I'll let you know when to turn your head the other direction. So let yourself sink in. If there's any discomfort for your knees, you can place some blankets in between the thighs and the calves. And just getting nice and cozy. So you can have your head one direction. I'll let you know when to turn it the other way. And again, just deeply surrender. There's nothing for you to do. You won't be here for too long. Your next inhale, you can just let the head lift, turn it the other way, settle back in on the other side. Make any little adjustments if you wish. And as you breathe here, you might feel the belly press into the support below you. And maybe also feel the breath moving into the back body. So take 10 more breaths here. And slowly starting to think about coming on up. Again, just let yourself cultivate that sense of being slow and just moving gently. You can come on up, maybe scoot back from the bolster. Bring yourself back to some cat-cows, shake the head out, again, the downward dog if you wish. Or you can also just simply straighten one leg back behind you and just press into the heel. Straightening the legs usually feels pretty good after our child's pose. And just doing whatever feels good for you. We're going to be taking about a 3-minute break. So if you need to, you can use the restroom, grab a drink of water, whatever you need. And then we'll be setting up for Yoga Nidra. If there's anybody, I know there's new people on this call, if there's anybody that has never done Yoga Nidra before, it's a sleep-based meditation, and basically you're going to be laying down and doing nothing. So I always like to take a bolster and have that underneath my knees. Just make a little bed for yourself. And depending on where you are, if you think you might get chilly, you can have a blanket nearby. Most of you probably do not need that down in Arizona. And again, if you've got an eye pillow, that's always nice to have. For me, it helps me drop in a little bit more. So give yourself the next few minutes, get yourself all nice and cozy, and I'll see you back here in a second. If anybody, I'm going to unplug the microphone for a minute. So if anybody needs anything, just let me know quick. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so I'm back. I'm going to plug my microphone back in. I sound okay to everybody? Okay. And all right, it looks like everybody is muted. And Linda Bliss, I didn't see you sneak on. Hi. All right, so go ahead and lie down if you're not already. Just get nice and comfortable. Oh, I have to grab my iPad. All right, so once again, our little theme of gratitude today. So in Yoga Nidra, those of you that might not be super familiar with it, we set intentions when we're really deep in the practice. So basically we're dropping into such a subtle state of being, and then we set an intention and our body just receives it effortlessly. So I chose our intention today to be, I am surrounded by the loving presence of gratitude that is quietly present in each moment, in each breath. So take a moment and get yourself really, really comfortable, settle into that place where you're just going to be still. And again, just allow yourself to receive that intention. I am surrounded by the loving presence of gratitude that is quietly present in each moment, in each breath. And allow yourself to bring to mind something that you are really deeply grateful for, no matter how small or non-complex it is. And just feel that feeling in your body. All right, so since we didn't do very much movement, just to help us drop a little bit, let's just do a moment of tension and relaxation. So the next time you inhale, just tighten and tense up the entire upper body. So everything from the navel up. You can make fists, you can clench your biceps, scrunch in your face, just hold the breath in, continuing to clench every single muscle. And as you exhale, let go. And then on your next exhale, let go even more, just noticing that energy emanating off the body. And we'll do this once again with the lower body. So the next time you inhale, just tighten and tense up the whole lower body. You can curl in your toes, clench your thighs, your butt, just holding everything in, pulling the navel to the spine, whole lower body. And as you exhale, just release, letting go. And on your next exhale, letting go even more, maybe feeling again that emanating energy, being released. And we'll do this one more time with the whole body. So as you inhale, just tighten and tense up the entire body, holding, continuing, constricting every single muscle, holding, holding. And as you exhale, release. And just take a nice deep breath in and you let go even more, perhaps even sighing it out the mouth. And make any final adjustments, maybe a quick shake out of the arms and legs, maybe placing the eye pillow over your eyes. Take the time to make yourself supremely comfortable. And now bring your whole body into your awareness. And recognize that your body has been a trusted vehicle. It carries you through this world. It creates accomplishments and it contributes to the best of its ability. Yet now it is time for your body to deeply, deeply rest. Let go. Now follow my guidance as we take a series of 3 deep breaths. Let's inhale together. And at the top of the inhale, hold the breath in, gently closing off the throat. And then when prompted by the inner urging of the body, release the breath, slow and steady. And just breathe normally, feeling deep-seated tensions leaving your body with the breath. And taking our second breath now, all inhaling together. At the top of the inhale, holding the breath in, gently closing off the throat. Allowing some tension to build, holding a bit longer, but without any struggle, relaxing as you hold. And then when the body prompts you, release the breath fully, expelling from the body whatever it no longer needs. And again, just let yourself breathe normally, entering into a deeper state of relaxed awareness. And now taking our third collective breath, all inhaling together. The top of the inhale, holding the breath in, gently closing off the throat. And holding even longer now, but without strain. And just be a neutral observer of your experience. And when prompted by the body, release the breath, slow and steady. Letting it all go until there's nothing left. Until you are completely empty and open. And now just breathe normally, allowing the breath to rise and then fall in its own rhythm. And the breath becoming progressively quieter until it is almost impossible to detect. Feel yourself descending down into the stillness that lies beneath the mind. Feeling what is present here without labels or comments from your mind. letting go of that which you no longer need. Soften and release. Release any struggle or any effort to try to make anything happen. Enter into a state of complete non-doing. And now bring your awareness to the rising and falling of your breath. And just watch the breath moving in its own time. Every time you inhale, notice the abdomen rise. And every time you exhale, notice it lower back down. And this time, inhale through the nose, allowing the lungs to naturally fill. And then exhale through pursed lips, allowing the breath to gently flow out in a slow, steady stream, as if you're exhaling through a straw. As you breathe in, feel coolness and calmness spreading through the body. And continue to exhale through pursed lips, letting each breath empty your mind of thoughts and empty the body of holding. And be calm and be steady. Prolonging the outgoing breath until the lungs are completely empty. No effort or struggle. Now with your next exhale, release the breath, letting it return to normal. Allowing it to move as it wishes, so that you are not breathing as much as being breathed. All past, all future, and all sense of self dissolving into nothingness. Do absolutely nothing from now on. Release any effort to try to make anything happen. Just settle into the silent spaciousness of simply being. Let go. Now, as I name each body part, feel it being overcome with an overwhelming sense of heaviness. Both feet like bricks. Calves and knees heavy and solid like concrete. Thighs and hips like sandbags pulling you down into the floor. Abdomen, chest and back. And gravity pulling you down deeper. Surrendering the weight of the spine. Shoulders, arms, and palms very heavy. So heavy that even if you tried to lift them, you couldn't. Feel your entire head weighted like a rock. And now experience your whole body sinking deeper, deeper. Give your body completely and totally to the field of gravity, exerting its pull everywhere. And dropping deeper into stillness and silent awareness. Now, as I name each body part, let it become empty and light. Both feet buoyant. Calves and knees vacant. Thighs and hips hollow, spacious. Abdomen, chest, and back weightless, effortless. Shoulders, arms, and palms of the hands like hollow reeds. The head, clear, open space. The whole body, an empty vessel. Always present, constant, and relaxed capacity for whatever fills you. No resistance to any energy moving through. Allowing it all to simply come and then go. Now again, surrendering the entire weight of the body to gravity. Feel the whole body weighted, sinking down. And with each breath in, sense a cushion of vital energy surrounding and permeating the body until the entire body is felt as a pulsing and tingling energy field. Feel energy surrounding every cell of the body equally. The whole body breathing in. The whole body breathing out. A life force growing with each breath in and with each breath out. And sensing the shift now into the mental body. Noticing the emptiness of the body and the silence of the mind. The mental field held in absolute stillness and inner tranquility. The mind has given up its internal dialogue. Thoughts and images moving through without any comment or judgment. Now entering into the subtler dimension of the wisdom body. Remain the neutral observer, receiving what is exactly as it is, unconditioned by the past. Feel yourself freed from limiting tendencies and the unconscious forces of the past. You are now free to create your experience of life. You are the creator of your experience of life. Moving from conditioned knowledge to the knowing of the self within. And now letting yourself dissolve into the bliss body. Sense the light of the source illuminating the entire being. You have become one. You are an emanation of the whole. And the whole being luminous, radiant, and shining with the light of illuminated consciousness. And now give yourself the permission to enter into the deepest level of relaxation right now. Let go. There is nothing to do or to achieve. Dissolve and disappear into stillness. And be open, empty of all doing, all past, all future. Merge into this space and be empty. Sensations, thoughts, and images all floating by, just like clouds on a clear blue sky. Letting it all gather and dissipate and come and go. Simply be the space in which it is all happening. Here, your intentions and your affirmations are actualized and fulfilled with an effortless ease. Now allow yourself once again to receive the following intention. I am surrounded by the loving presence of gratitude that is quietly present in each moment, in each breath. I am surrounded by the loving presence of gratitude that is quietly present in each moment, each breath. Allow this intention to go to the deepest levels of recognition with no hesitation. Know that your higher self recognizes, honors, and accepts it. There is no need for you to do anything about it. Now bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows, the third eye. Feel all the energies of your body from all meridians activated, purified and balanced. All channels are open and the life force is flowing freely, healing the body and calming the mind. Open your heart and feel content and just experience this. At this time, feel the presence of any guides, mentors, teachers, or family members that you feel connected to. You may sense this as a universal force or energy surrounding and guiding you. Know that this presence surrounds you always, and you can draw on its wisdom at any time. If there is any guidance to be received at this time, either as a felt sense, words, or images, allow yourself to receive it now. Otherwise, simply rest back in the grace and the protection of universal presence. Now, very, very slowly, just begin to become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. And very slowly feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. Just sensing your body resting on the floor. Noticing the quality of the air as it touches your skin. And gradually you can begin little movements as if you're waking from a restful sleep. Taking your time and do not hurry. You may wish to take a long stretch or maybe hug the knees into the chest. Just do whatever comes naturally as you slowly come out here. And just at your own pace, turn onto your right side and curl up into a cozy little ball. Feel the safety, the comfort, and the protection of the womb of existence here. And one more time, letting yourself receive the intention for today. I am surrounded by the loving presence of gratitude that is quietly present in each moment, in each breath. Every time you find yourself in reaction, you are empowered to replace it with your intention. Now, very gradually, you can begin to move a bit more, coming to seated, keeping the eyes closed, continuing to stay deep in this inner experience. And regardless of what you consciously recognize that has or has not changed, know that something deep within you has shifted. Become aware of the body, bringing a deep sense of peace and contentment with you as you bring your attention back to the body. Noticing the softness of the breath, and the silence of the mind, and the peace in each heartbeat. Know that you can always easily enter here again and again and again. So letting yourself just take a nice deep breath in and gently sigh it out. Your hands can seal together your heart. And the light within me honors the light within each of you. Thank you all so much for being here with me this afternoon. And namaste.